The item you stole was $3.13. And now you are going to
$3.13, that's less than a cup of coffee. But in the courtroom, it's not about the amount. It's about the pattern. And today, that pattern is about to cost someone 180 days of freedom. Was it really worth it?
prison, well, state jail facility for 180 days over $3.13. That's pennies per day. And you're giving your life away for that. Versus Adam Hernandez Quintana. Understand you're charged with theft of property less than $2,500 with 2 or more convictions as a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? The court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Why are you continuing to steal? What's going on?
I'm in the street. I was in the streets. I've been in the street for a minute. It's getting harder out there.
Well, here's the thing. Whenever you can't use it as I need something and use it as an excuse to steal, because guess what? You're going to be in and out of prison, in and out of jail. How old are you? 37. And the reason why you're in felony court is because you've stolen at least 2 times before. And now I've read in the reports, the item you stole was $3.
Here's where it gets serious. This isn't just about one mistake. Under Texas law, repeat theft bumps a minor offense into a state jail felony. Translation? Even something worth a few dollars can snowball into years behind bars if the record keeps stacking up.
And 13 cents. And now you're going to prison, well, state jail facility for 180 days over $3.13. That's pennies per day. And you're giving your life away for that. All right. This is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 180 days in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served. You can go off the record. Here's the thing. If you keep picking up theft cases, it's going to be more state jail felonies. And at some point in Texas, those state jail felonies become habitual, and you're looking at a 20-year sentence. You understand? All right. So do better. When you get released from custody, if you can't find a place to help you with your drug addiction, if you have one, or housing or something like that, if I'm still here, come back here and I'll pick up the phone and call somebody to help you. Okay. All right. Good luck to you.
Made a couple of mistakes.
No, these are not mistakes. They're choices.
I made bad choices.
So why are you making the choices? Younger children, everybody's like, oh, they're so cute, and they want to take them. And they end up going in a home that's for adoption. And then you know what happens to the other children that are older? They get separated.
I was part of the system. I was adopted when I was young. I was abandoned as a kid.
So you know how it is, right? And you're charged with burglary of a building. That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
All right. After reviewing States Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find that there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say? Why are you doing this?
Made a couple of mistakes.
No, these are not mistakes. They're choices.
I made bad choices.
So why are you making the choices? What were you doing, and why were you in this area to begin with?
So I had a friend, so he asked me if I wanted to make some extra money. So I needed some extra money, and I did it the wrong way.
Extra money for what?
Just paid some bills that I had.
What bills?
I just took over a house, and I just didn't even make the payment on it. And I made that decision.
Well, I mean, the problem is that there are other cases that they're taking in consideration. Are these cases that are alleged to have occurred on the same date?
It's a different date.
All right. And then we have the possession case. So how often were you using?
Not often. I started using maybe about 5 months before that.
All right. What were you using?
Methamphetamine.
All right. Do you have children?
I do. I have three children. I have 2 boys, one in high school, one in middle school, and I have a daughter that's 4.
All right. Do you have any contact with your children?
I have contact with my 2 sons and my daughter.
How often do you have contact with them?
My son is here every weekend. My daughter, she was staying with me. She's with my family right now. She's in the Corpus right now.
All right, I'm going to tell you right now, she's not going to be staying with you anymore
Yes, ma'am.
because you're not in a place where you can be a good parent to either of the children. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
How far did you go in school?
So I did some college at A&M Kingsville.
All right, what are you planning on doing with the rest of your life?
I'm gonna start. Well, I'm gonna get back to work, and I want to go to welding school and get a welding degree.
All right, so do you have any violent criminal history? And violent criminal history, I mean assault or anything like that. Does he have anything?
No, Your Honor.
Is this the only thing?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court is going to sentence you to 4 years deferred adjudication, $800 fine, probated, no unsupervised contact with minors. There's going to be 180 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once he completes the parenting classes, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. Take in consideration 2025 CR 004982 and 2025 CR 004613. There's to be restitution to Wayland Ventures and 2025 CR 004982. State, with regards to the restitution to Wayland Ventures, do you know when you'll have documentation for that?
Have an email address for them. So we would request at least 30 days for them to get us that.
All right, Norma, this is going to be set for a restitution hearing on June 30th. All right, there's going to be a TAP evaluation. That can be out of custody, follow results. Or I should say recommendations. There's going to be a felony drug court referral. That's going to be in custody. They should be able to see you before the week is out.
Okay.
You need to be 100% honest with them. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. There's to be no contact with Michael Elliott. James Foxworth. 14960 Omicron Drive. And 15355 Lambda LAMBDA Drive. And there's going to be 100 sober meetings in 180 days. I'm sorry, 100 sober meetings in 100 days. Probation, is there anything else? Thank you. Field visits 1 time per month for 8 months. All right. I'm sorry, what? Yeah, regular reporting by Zoom or in person and regular random UAs. Thank you. All right, is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. Where you are currently in your life, hopefully this is not where you end up, right? So all of us are on a journey, hopefully, to improve in our life.
And now the tone shifts. This isn't just sentencing anymore. It's reality setting in. The judge moves from punishment to something deeper. Consequences for family, for children, and a rare moment where the court tries to break the cycle, not just punish it.
I would always tell my clients, maybe this is the lowest point in your life, but it's not the end of your life, so you can improve. I think everybody wants their children to be proud of them, and they want to see their family members doing the right thing, and they need structure. So what I can tell you is once you've completed the parenting classes, then I'll consider lifting the no contact unless it's supervised.
Thank you.
But I can tell you, I don't know why Child Protective Services is not involved in this case. Usually when there's a drug case and they are parents, they usually get involved. And you know what ends up happening? They end up taking the children. And I'm telling you this so you can know if you're not going to be clean and sober for yourself, you better do it to your children. I used to do CPS cases, and you know what ends up happening? Younger children, everybody's like, oh, they're so cute, and they want to take them. And they end up going in a home that's for adoption. And then you know what happens to the other children that are older? They get separated. And so you have children who have the issue and the trauma of being taken from their parents. And what I discovered, even if the parents are the worst parents or horrible parents, children still love them because that's their parent.
Yeah.
So if you can imagine a child having the trauma of going to complete strangers, they don't know any of them, they've just been taken from their parents, and then they're taken away from their siblings and they're divided up. If you don't get your life in order, that could end up happening. You understand?
Yes, ma'am. I was part of the system. I was adopted when I was young. I was abandoned as a kid.
So you know how it is, right? And you know that even though your parents may not have been the best parents, you still love them.
Absolutely.
And being placed with complete strangers is still trauma, right?
Yes.
And this court, to be successful on probation, communication is key. If you have an issue, let probation know. If you feel like you're going to use, let probation know. Your attorney will tell you. If you feel as though you're going to use and you call probation to tell them, they're normally not going to file a motion to revoke. And at the end of the day, it comes back to me and I look at it and I'll usually have a compliance hearing to try to get you back on track. But if you disappear, there's nothing I can do for you. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.